Welcome to Techie Talks AI by Schogini. Here's another amazing project from our AI Internship program students. Let's get started.
Hi everyone. Today I'll be having a small presentation about how to make a simple age calculator in Python. So let's begin. First of all, let's start by adding a simple variable to this, which is our name. So the plan here is to make a simple string statement saying that we will be X years old in Y number of years. That's a future age calculator. So let's first of all start with something simple like our name, and put it in as a variable over here. So it goes name and equal sign. And now we need to add this as a variable instead of typing our name as it is over here. So let's add in the function input, which we use to bring in data from the user itself. Add parenthesis. And let's add in a simple question for the user. What is your name? And before, let's put it in quotes. What is your name? There you go. And let's add the space for the answers. You need a proper space so that the user can give a proper answer, right? And then let's move on to the next variable, which is age itself. So the Python, the code itself, it needs an age so that it could calculate your future age properly. So let's make that an input as well. And it goes like input, open parenthesis, and in quotes, let's ask another simple question like, what is your age? There you go. And add a space like that. And that's how it is. There you go. Once we get the answers to these two questions, now what we need is an appropriate number of years required. Since this is a future age calculator, we need also a number of years. How forward in the future of an age do we need? For example, it could be our age in 5 years or 6 years or 10 years. Whatever it is, we need an appropriate number for that. So let's add another variable for that as well. And let's name it, for this case, years. So this will be our variable for how many years we need as a future age calculator. And let's put that as an input as well. So it goes like open parenthesis, and let's put in a simple question like years required. And it goes like this. Add another space for the answer. Now for the most important variable in it, which is the future age itself, which in relative terms is a simple addition, right? We add the age to the number of years required and we get the future age. It's a simple addition, but in case of Python, we need to add the two variables together. And in this case, since it's the addition of the two variables that we need to input data into, it goes a bit different. So we go future age, and for whatever variables that have two words in it, we add an underscore to it instead of a proper space, just so they can be connected in this. And we add our equal sign, which goes like that, and there you go. And in this case, what we need to note is that two of these variables, they are considered as strings by Python, just because the questions we asked are strings itself, they're not numbers. So whatever answer we give it will also be considered as numbers by Python, will consider it as strings in Python. That's how they're going to be. So we need to change the answers into integers from strings so that the numbers can be added together and Python can calculate the future age as a proper number. So what we need to do is convert these two variables from a string to an integer. So the function for that is that we add the abbreviated form of integer, which is int, there you go, and we put in the appropriate variable, which in this case is age. And since we're adding it, we add a plus sign, and it goes like another int for the future age. There you go. Oops, sorry, my mistake. And this one goes years, since this is the number of years required. And as you can see, this is a simple addition between two variables, but since they are considered strings in the first place by Python, we need to make sure they are recognized as integers in this case so that they can be added together as appropriate numbers. And finally, we need to construct the sentence itself. So it goes print, which is a function to print out the final output as a sentence or whatever. And now our sentence in my case would be, I would like it to be Rishi will be X number of years old in, let's say, Y years. So it could be like Rishi would be 30 years in 30 years old in 5 years, right? So we need to construct some sentence like that. But in this case, we cannot simply type a simple string because we're also combining different variables into that string. So it is kind of dynamic in that sense. So we're also combining two variables to the string. So it goes a bit different than a normal string in this case, which is like you add the first string and add a little space for the variable and add it with the future age, which is, there you go. And the one thing to note in this case is that since now Python recognizes future age as an integer, as a number, but integers cannot combine with a regular string. So we need to now convert this future age back into a string. And the function for that is we add the abbreviated form of string, which is str, and put future age into a parenthesis. It goes like that. And now we combine it with the rest of the sentence, which goes like years old. Rishi will be future years old in, and we make sure to add the appropriate spaces in between so that it could be a proper sentence. And future years old in the number of years, which could be 5 or 6 or 10, whatever it could be. We add that variable into the string as well and make sure to convert that to and in this case, we don't need to convert into a string because this is already recognized as a string by Python. So many could make the mistake like that. Instead of converting into a string, we keep it as an int and vice versa. So that is a mistake that can happen to a lot. We need to be careful of that too. And put an addition to that, you combine it with in y number of years, which is another string. There you go. And full stop. So now here we have an appropriate sentence created for the future age calculator. Now, all we need to check here is if it works or not. Now, there you go. At first, we have the first variable of name, so it's like Rishi in this case, and we add our age, which in my case is 5. And now we go to the number of years required. So if I want to know how old I would be in, let's say, 6 years, we add that in. And there you go. Rishi will be 31 years old in 6 years. And that is how you make a future age calculator as a code in Python. Thank you for watching.
That was another inspiring project from our AI Internship program at Schogini. If you're ready to kickstart your own AI journey, whether you're a beginner or a coder, join our online internship today. Visit shogini.com/AI-internship and take your first step towards becoming an AI innovator. Don't forget to subscribe and keep learning with us here on Techie Talks AI.